Okay, part 2, going to talk now about immigration. That was a very hot topic last night. It got everyone fired up in the chat. It also affected me personally here at home in my own life. And it is one of the most controversial issues. And let me just give you an example. More and more people are becoming more and more aggressive. I don't know why, and angry and frustrated. America didn't used to be like this before Donald Trump. It didn't look like this. The United States didn't look the way it looks today. In past presidents, Democrat or Republican, it didn't look this way. I don't know where making America great or where we are with the United States is. It's not. It's lost at the moment. If you do the research and you look at what is the greatest country in the world, there isn't a greatest country in the world. Every country has pros and cons, but America often talks about freedom. There are many countries. In fact, half the world is free. Education is not the highest in America. Healthcare is not the highest in America. Wealth and many things are not the highest in America. In fact, when it comes to many of those things, America ranks quite low. Life expectancy, health, and all the rest of it. What America does rank number 1 for is its military and its amount of bombs and guns it has. Well, that's true and that's good, but it's not the most important thing, perhaps. Anyway, so let's just remember that. All around the world, there's pluses and minuses everywhere. What makes a country is not a president or a flag, it's the people that live there and what they do day to day in the small ways and the small things. So let's say that. I came to America because not because I wanted a better life or anything like that. I have a wonderful life in England and I'm very happy living in England. However, I met Leah on a cruise ship, my wife. She works from home in America. So if I want to be with Leah and marry her, I've got to live in America. So it wasn't because I want any benefits from America or a green card or all the perks and benefits. And having traveled 195 countries, and yes, that is every country of the world, I have talked to people around the world. And most people who come to America that I have spoken to have a reason to do so, not for the want of a better life because their life is rubbish. Most people, wherever they live, love their country. It's just human behavior. We're proud of where we live, even if it's not great. I mean, everything isn't perfect in America, but most people in America are proud to be Americans, right? There's loads of things wrong in England, but I'm still proud to be English, and we can go on forever, right? Most people that live in other countries don't come to another country, who do it legally, that is, just to get a better life. Most people don't. I know. I've talked to people around the world, and that's what people think. So there are legal immigration, and there's illegal immigration. There are people who just storm over the border in America and all the other countries around the world. It's not an American problem. It happens every day in thousands. People cross the channel to get into England. They do it everywhere. It's not an American problem. It's a world problem. People who want to break the law, people who are, having a bad time, whatever reason, break the law, break into countries. It happens all the time. So let's be absolutely clear about that. It's not a United States problem. It's a global problem. It happens every day, everywhere. However, we all agree, anyone agrees, anyone who comes into any country or enters your home, because it's your home at the end of the day, if someone barged through my front door right now illegally, just barged in and took over the place, that wouldn't be very nice, would it? It would be disrespectful, it would be illegal, it would be wrong. And in America, of course, you have the right to shoot somebody if they come through your front door. We don't have that right in England. If someone comes through your front door, we don't shoot them. But in America, you can shoot somebody who comes through your front door. It's just a different system, right? But nevertheless, that's rude and disrespectful. That's illegal immigration. And nobody, anywhere, on any country in the world thinks that's appropriate. It's not an American issue. Nobody wants it. Nobody thinks it's right to break into your house, break into your home and do what you want and just take. And anyone who does think that is stupid, because that's just rude and horrible and disrespectful. And you have no place to do that. Okay? And if you do it, you should be punished and lose all your liberties and rights. Obviously. And every country agrees with that. Any sane person, at least, anyway. Then you've got legal immigration. Now, when I came to America, I didn't come for anything amazing. I didn't come for a green card. I didn't come for a better life. I have a great life, and I miss my home in England every day. But this is where I live because my wife lives here, so I ain't got a choice. I have no choice, right? So I came here because of Leah, and I went through the processes of becoming a green card holder. And let me tell you, before you start thinking, okay, that's all right, we don't mind legal people, let me tell you how corrupt the system is. And it's not like this in most countries that I have researched, because I've traveled everywhere, right? If you want to enter the United States legally, you can do it pretty much illegally. What I mean by that is, if you have a certain amount of money, you can buy your way in if you bring money, prosperity, and business into the United States. You can't do that in most other countries. I don't believe you can do that in the United Kingdom, but you can do that in the United States. And we looked at it. It was like, really? All I got to do is bring $1 million and employ 6 people. It was something like that. And I can buy my way in. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you could buy your way in. So in other words, if you're a crook or a bank robber or a drug dealer, you can buy your way into America. So don't think it's perfect, because it certainly ain't, right? Who set up that rule? I have no idea. Anyway, I didn't do that. I did it the normal way. I hired an attorney and I came into the United States. Huge cost. We did not have the money for it, but we saved up. We put ourselves in debt at the time, and we paid the attorney fees and all the processes and so on. Now, to come into the United States from England, and you think that's the easiest place because of the special relationship, my experience is easier than most. It still took a heck of a long time. I had to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop. And even though I've come from England, and even though I'm healthy and I've had the basic inoculations from polio and tuberculosis and stuff like that, I had to have a host of vaccinations, injections, which I didn't want and I don't believe I needed, and so on and so forth. But that's the rules. If you want to enter America, you have this. I had a host of vaccines, injections, and medical checks. Couldn't believe it. I thought I was trying to run for the Olympics or something. Unbelievable. Several times, backwards and forwards. There was complications. There was issues. We had to prove that we were a real couple. We had to provide evidence. We had to go back to England to get all the paperwork. We had to bring extra paperwork. It was a very complicated, expensive, emotional journey. And so it should be. You're entering someone else's home. It shouldn't be easy. But nevertheless, that's what I had to do to come into the United States. So most people don't know this. Most people aren't aware of this. They look at the news, they hear the stuff, and in America we have opinionated news, whether it's CNN or Fox, so you get one side of the argument. You don't have neutral news, which is why I presented the news last night the way I did, so you just hear from both sides what's going on, not what someone's opinion is. So, consequently, I went through the process and I got my green card, and here I am in the United States. I am now a green card holder. I can't vote, I can't do anything, I just work in America. All I do is work and pay taxes. So I've gained nothing out of being in America. I take nothing from it. I don't take any money from anyone, no benefits from anyone, no support from anyone other than my wife, and I pay taxes. I pay into the system. I'm a good citizen. I represent America the best of my ability. I do what I can to provide a service. I respect others. I pay into the system. I am here for that, And that's what I do, and I would do in any country. Regardless, if I'm welcome in a country, I would behave this way. It makes no difference. So that's my journey. So I do agree with immigration. America was built from immigrants, as most countries are. We all come from somewhere. We wasn't always there originally. Nobody's been in the same place forever, and it's our place, because no one owns anything at the end of the day, and in the future you won't be here, and no one will even remember you existed, including me and anybody else. No one will even remember you a year after you've left this earth. For me, it's different though, right? I'm immortal. I've got a YouTube channel. There you go, just saying, I'm special. Rest of you, no one will care less. Anyway, that's the reality. Life is just but a dream. Just get on with it and live until you don't. Right? So that's my journey. I agree with it, but it should be done legally. It should be done with thought and care and consideration. I don't think America should allow you the opportunity to buy your way in. I don't think that's very good at all. But they do, and whatever. I don't agree with that, but it's not for me to decide how the system works. This is America, and so on. Now, when I want to, if I want to, and I do want to, I will become a citizen of the United States. I haven't done it yet because I can't afford it. It's another few $1,000s in fees and another few $1,000s in costs and so on. But at some point I will, because not for a magical reason of I want to be American. I'm a proud Englishman, and I'm proud to live in America, as I was proud to live in all the places I've been around the world. I like planet Earth, quite honestly. I'm not that bothered about the borders, as long as they are held with respect. I'm not really that bothered. It's the people I meet on a day-to-day basis that I care about most. So it's not to gain anything, but I will do it because it's sensible to do it, because if I don't do it, I've got to renew my green card every few years and pay a fee every few years. And it just makes more sense financially just to get it done. If I'm going to live till I'm 80 or 90, if I'm going to die next year, probably ain't worth the bother. But if I'm thinking I'm going to live to 80, 90, which who knows, then it's slightly cheaper to get it done rather than to keep renewing the green card. So there is my thoughts on immigration. Now, obviously, people get a bit upset about immigration. People don't understand the full story. And that's through no fault of your own. We only know what we experience. If you are born in India, you're more likely to be a Hindu or a Muslim. If you're born in England, you're more likely to be a Christian. If you're born in America, you're more likely to be a Christian and play American football. Not because it's the best thing in the world. It's just what you do because it's where you were born. It's just coincidence. Simple as that. There are people in the world who say, they're born in the right country, but so they happen to be born with the right God. If you're born in India, you don't think Christianity is the way forward. In America, you do, and people denounce and say everybody else is God's rubbish. Well, we all need to understand it's where you're born. If you're born in America, 99% of the chance you're going to be a Christian, not because it's the right God or the right place or the right time. You just were. It's just coincidence. There's nothing special about that. So everyone should have a voice. Everyone has a right, and there are thousands of religions and thousands of gods, and people that don't believe in God, remember, only believe in one less than you. One less than you. Because there are thousands. If you are a Christian, you probably don't believe in somebody else's God. So there's thousands of gods you don't believe in. Someone who doesn't believe in God just believes in one less than you. So we're all pretty much the same. So let's move on and not worry about all of these things. Let's be tolerant of each other and understand if we don't know something, it's probably because we haven't experienced it. That's all. We're not stupid. We're not bad. If you think, if you understand immigration one way, and it doesn't matter. You're only as good as the information you're fed. And right now, for the last few years, we've had a lot of noise from America. Donald Trump is there. We got all this shouting going on. We got Kamala Harris shouting. We got all this shouting going on from everybody. No one is listening anymore. No one is talking. It's a shouting match. So, is it any surprise that people are confused, don't know what's going on, people get angry, people get frustrated? Look at the people that we've interviewed. You can interview people all over America and ask them about different policies of their favorite politicians. Most don't know. Most just say, I like this person or I hate this person. That's kind of the limit of it. And it's not because people are stupid. It's because of where we live right now, how it is. So finishing this up, it was an emotional night last night. Good people, friends, family, members of our channel got upset, got emotional. People started attacking each other. My wife got upset. It's not been a good night for me. Emotional, stressed, angry. What is going on? I'm not saying everyone needs to travel the world like I have. I was very fortunate. You don't have to travel. Travel, they say, broadens the mind. Not necessarily. You don't have to do it. You don't have to go around the world to find out stuff. And it's not all good. Nothing great. There's nothing miraculous around the corner. The grass isn't greener. However, stop and think just for a moment. What you know and what you think you know is based upon your experiences and what you're told. That's it. Doesn't make you right, doesn't make you wrong, doesn't make you smart, doesn't make you stupid. But the purpose and what I tried to demonstrate last night was to bring people together, bring back the United States of America, and people calm down. There's not going to be a third world war. There never will be a third world war. There's not going to be a stock market crash of 60%. The world isn't coming to an end. The world is perfectly fine. The world doesn't need us, but we need it. Denying facts, denying statements, denying the world, whatever you want to believe, doesn't change anything. You can think what you like, say what you like, shout at who you want. Doesn't change a damn thing. Be respectful, be humble. We need humility once again. So I'm now going to go on to part 3 of the fact check of what actually was said last night, what actually was true and what wasn't. And hopefully we can gather a bit more information and bring some sense back to the table. But before, just like in my previous video, remind us why we're here. We're proud wherever we live. We're patriots wherever we live. Wherever country we live, we love our anthem. We love our flag. Most people do. Most sensible, educated people do. So, once again, be proud, be happy. Anything that brings happiness and makes you smile. So let me close with this. And then I'll give you the links right after this. I just did it wrong then. I'm making this live. Here is the United States of America.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
There you go. And the purpose of an anthem is to make people feel united and come together and celebrate. And hopefully that did just that for you. Music is a wonderful thing. So click above my head for the 3-part series. I've been telling you about immigration last night, how people felt, and now we're going to go on to the fact check. Links above my head, down below, over here and over here. I know the bell is about to go. I don't need to look at the stocks because we're going to be fine. When you're an investor, you understand what's going on. Don't need to look at it this morning. We're just doing this. The stock market will be fine. Till next time, as we now go on to part 3, the facts from last night, so we can educate ourselves, so we can understand more of what's going on. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.